Hello, I wanted to take this opportunity to welcome you to our new class to mathematics in secondary school, and that starts officially on October 31st. And we're starting with this little video, so I wanted to give you just an overview of our course, just like I would if we were meeting in person. So let me first share my screen so I can show you some of the documents for our course. Okay, so the first document is clearly our syllabus. So let me just run through the high points of that with you, and then we'll all be on the same page. So here it is. And what I wanted to show you is, so I have two emails. I checked both of them. If for some reason you've emailed me at the Notre Dame one and you don't get a response quickly, feel free to email me at Our Lady of Good Counsel, which is down here as well. You can also text me if there's any kind of problem. Here is my cell phone number. Don't hesitate, please, to use that. So I teach during the day at Good Counsel, so I may not respond right away, but I will get back to you as soon as I am able. So our class is going to be divided between video meetings, which would be me giving a video about whatever the topic might be, and Zoom, which you will participate in. I've already populated all the Zoom links, so they're there. You just click in through Zoom. Again, if you should have a problem getting on, please just text me because I'll be having my phone out at the time and I'll be able to adjust if we need to do so. Okay, so this stuff you can kind of go through at your leisure, but I wanted to hit some of the high points here. So there are no tests for this course. It's all written assignments. So, and they're grouped into three categories. So the first one is professional organizational assignments, and you have one item under here. This is 30% of your grade. And this is also a chalk and wire assignment. So that means in addition to posting it on Joule for me, you will also post it on chalk and wire. I will grade it both places. So that has to be done that way because it's part of your program, and I will be the grader for this. So this professional development paper, this involves going to a conference. Now, nowadays it's difficult to do that. So I did look up some conferences, and one I found is November 11th through 14th. It's a virtual one on NCTM. You might be interested in attending that. There are other ones I'm sure out there. I just didn't do research beyond that one. So, please look at them. If you're having difficulty finding one, let me know and I'll start looking as well. So you need to provide evidence of your attendance, submit a summary of information learned at the conference, and describe your plan to continue to engage in professional learning. Okay, so there's a rubric for this, and that rubric is on chalk and wire, and I'll pull that up in just a moment. So the rubric is how I am going to, be grading it. So definitely look at the rubric before you write your paper. You want to aim to get the highest points possible. So look at that last category, that's 4 points. This is a 20-point assignment. So look at that last column and aim your discussion towards that last column. Okay, our next category is instructional planning assignments. And these are 40% of your grade. So this is a fairly significant portion. Okay, the unit planning is a 32-point assessment. And that rubric is also, on the, whoops, I just slid up, is also on chalk and wire, and we'll get to that in just a second. So to do this, I didn't provide you with a template, but I do have all the steps that you need to cover, and they are in the rubric. So please look at that very, very carefully as you're planning out. And I said have like 3 lessons involved in this unit so that you have something that you can really talk about. They want you to align it with the MCCRS curriculum standards, and they want you to consider current research in mathematics education as part of your discussion. So please follow those directions. Here are some more steps involved here. You can certainly read this on your own. Again, this is a two posting assignment. You're going to post it to Joule as well as to chalk and wire for grading. Okay, so far we've covered 70% of the course requirements. Okay, the last 30% are the classroom instruction assignments. So it's the first thing is the NCTM Principles to Action paper. Again, this is a chalk and wire assessment. So you post it 2 places for grading, Jewel and Chalk and Wire. And if you have any issues with Chalk and Wire, Madeline Ball at Notre Dame is the person to contact. Okay, she's very, very helpful. She responds very quickly to emails. I worked with her actually at Good Counsel in the past, so she's a great woman, and she can help you with any Chalk and Wire questions you might have. Okay, the other part, so this, as I said, is 30%. 12 points come from this NCTM Principles to Action paper. The Principle to Action paper will be kind of the focus of our readings because our textbook goes through these principles to actions, and this is where you're having video clips and all of that that we can tie into, and that would be most of our discussion for this course. It's a very good textbook. The resources are excellent. I think you'll get a lot out of it. I think you'll refer back to this in the future, which is key to textbooks. Okay, the second assignment under this category is an 8-point assignment, and it's based on the book, the little tiny book, Every Minute Counts, Making Your Math Class Work. This is also really excellent. So it'll give you some great ideas about warm-ups, about structuring. Even though this book is a little on the older side, it's still a great resource. And I even have the sequel to it, which is Making Every Minute Count More, I believe it's called. And these are very valuable books. So that's why I wanted you to be able to read this and do a quick summary and reflection on that. That assignment only comes to me, so you're only going to put it up on Jewel. Okay, so that brings us to this, our course outline. So this is the video I'm doing right now. It will be posted October 31st so that you can kind of get a sense of what we're doing. So your homework for that day is to read chapter 1 and 2 in our textbook. And that chapter 1 and 2 will be then discussed via Zoom on November 4th. Okay, then after that class, your homework will be to read chapters 3 to 5. I also gave you little hints about what to start working at. I said begin thinking about your NCTM Principles to Action paper and also look for a conference. Okay, this is a good time to get that squared away. For November 4th, the hint is begin building your unit lesson plan. So just start thinking about it. You don't have to complete it, just start thinking about it. Our class is very back-loaded because we have to accomplish some things before you can actually get to writing your papers. So I'm giving you ideas to kind of start planning so that you are not overwhelmed at the end, because that is absolutely not my desire for you. So after November 4th, that's Zoom, then you're going to read chapters 3 to 5 in your text. And then November 11th, I will post a video of me discussing chapters 3 to 5. Okay, your homework that evening is to start reading chapters 6 to 8 in the text. Then November 18th, we'll have a Zoom meeting and we'll discuss chapters 6 to 8 and anything else you want to talk about with chapters 3 to 5. Your homework will then be to begin reading chapters 9 and 10 in the text. And since we're just about done with that textbook, then I would suggest that you begin reading Every Minute Counts. Okay, November 25th, I was going to post a video to kind of remind you of what's coming and to discuss anything from chapters 9 and 10. But that's the day that your Principles to Action paper is due. So read the directions for that in your syllabus, because I'm pretty clear about what you should be doing. And then you have, don't forget, you have the rubric to go through so that you can maximize the number of points that you have. Okay, December 2nd will be our Zoom meeting. So we can discuss anything you want, anything you're having issues with. Perhaps we'll talk about Every Minute Counts. Perhaps we'll talk more about our textbook. Perhaps you want to have questions about the unit plan and bounce it off with all of us. So that's kind of your time. Okay, December 9th, if I need to respond to anything that we've discussed December 2nd, I will post a video. Okay, otherwise I won't post a video. Okay, so it'll be just as your needs need to be met, I will post a video with whatever we need. Okay, then that's when your unit plan is due. So make sure that that is all nicely due. That is a very large part of your grade. So it's 32 points, 40% of the course. So make sure you're happy with that. Post that 2 places, remember. Okay, December 16th, which is our last day, we will Zoom and just tie up any loose ends. We also have our professional development paper due that day. And what I would like to do is talk about the different conferences that you've gone to and what you got out of it so that we can all benefit from that. Okay, so that's basically our syllabus. Here's the breakdown that I've already talked about. Here's your grading system. Okay, everything else in the syllabus, are mandated things that I need to put in it. So read it for your information. As I'm going through this, I then, on the last pages, I have information for you that's more, I guess, more detailed than what the summary was. So here is everything that you need for our course. Should you have any issues, should you be sick or not able to attend a Zoom, just let me know ahead of time. That would be great. And I look forward to a very, very good semester. Okay, I want to show you one more thing. So let me see if I can get back into our, let me stop sharing for a second and I'm going to reshare. Okay, I'm going to reshare now and let me get into Joule. Okay, so here's our Joule. So I'm teaching another class right now as well, which you'll see. Waiting for it to load. Okay, so this is the other class I'm teaching, Algebra for Elementary School Educators. Here's our class. And what I wanted to show you was down here on the first day, I reposted the syllabus so that I can see it on that day. And I put the rubrics for the class assignments. So if you open this, you're going to see that you have the rubric from Chalk and Wire for the NCTM principles. I put it right here for you so you don't have to even go to Chalk and Wire to see it. It's here for your use. Here's your rubric for the Chalk and Wire professional development paper. Here's the rubric for the unit plan. And here's the rubric on the summary and reflection for every minute counts. Okay, so all of those are there. I put it in one place so that it's easy for you to find. And again, if you have any problems with your Chalk and Wire, I'm not a Chalk and Wire expert. I would refer to Madeline Ball for that. She answers my questions and I know she'll be able to answer yours. So I've already populated everything for all of our classes, and thank you to Nari for already posting. So please, post something about yourselves, because since we're meeting in this kind of virtual world, it's kind of nice to get to know each other this way before we start a class together. So I appreciate reading about you, and I posted a little something about myself as well. The Zoom links are all populated. So here they all are. And everything's populated for you to post, I believe. So I may have to go back and make sure that that's all done. But I tried to front load as many things as I could for you, so it's all there. Okay, other things. Okay, our first Zoom class will be November 4th. It starts at 5 o'clock. There's a slight chance I might have to delay that meeting a little bit. If that is the case, I will put out an email earlier in the day, and the later I would put it towards is 5:30. I just have a conflict that I'm trying to resolve, but as of right now, it's still at 5 o'clock. So I'm going to stop sharing. So that's a little overview. If I've missed something and you still have questions about something, please do not hesitate to reach out to me. I'm happy to hear from you, happy to clarify things. It's nice to kind of know what you're getting into, and that's why I wanted to do this video for you, so it would be exactly the same as if we were in person and I was kind of going over what our course looks like. So thank you so much for listening to this, and I look forward to seeing all of you on Zoom on November the 4th. Bye-bye.